This is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Tuesday the 7th of September. Looking at Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks bearish start to the morning. Going to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 52,156 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 53,262. We'll need plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 53s, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Bitcoin target 55,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 53,848. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 51,570 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid the 23.6% fib at 5473 and the second major support level at 5464. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histogram at the turn of the day after yesterday's late bullish cross. No signs of a bearish cross as yet, however, so keep an eye out there for direction. On the EMAs, that's a bullish signal, 50 pulling away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So key, avoid the pivot, 52,156, break through to 53,000 levels to then give the bulls a run at 55. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, bearish morning. Going to see Ethereum move back through the pivot, 3923, to take a run at first major resistance level at 3979. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Ethereum to break out from 3950 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 4,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 4,100 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 4,029. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 3,873 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 3,800 levels. Second major support level at 3,818 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, a widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day after yesterday's late bearish cross. On the EMAs, that's also a bearish signal with a 50 narrowing marginally on the 100 and the 200. So look out for a further narrowing there. So key would be to move back through the pivot 3923 and through to 3950 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will remain in play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 222 and the 38.2% fib at 223 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 230. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break out from that 38.2% fib and back through to 225 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target the second major resistance level at 240 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot and the 38.2% fib would bring the first major support level at 212 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 210s. Second major support level is at 205. Looking at the MACDs, a widening of the bearish histograms to the turn of the day. So that's coming off the back of this morning's pullback and yet off the back of yesterday's late reversal as well. On the EMAs, that's also suggesting some downside ahead as the 50 narrows on the 100 and the 200. So look out for a further narrowing there. So key would be to move back through the 38.2% fib at 223 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, bearish morning as well. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 1.3729 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.4359. We'll need plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through the 62% fib at 1.4096. So barring an extended rally on the day, that first major resistance level should cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.5 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.4788. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1.3297 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 1.3s. Second major support level sits at 1.2670. Looking at the MACDs, marked widening of the bearish histogram at the turn of the day after yesterday's late bearish cross. So look out for a further widening there. On the EMA, still a bullish signal with the 50 continuing to pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead, however. So key would be to avoid fallback through the pivot at 1.3729 and break through the 62% fib at 1.4096 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play.